Mike Wood.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This House can have confidence in this government because it's taken this country from the brink of bankruptcy to being a successful and growing economy that's creating prosperity and better opportunities for people in every part of this country. It recognises the hopes, the aspirations of hard-working people, people who work hard and want their children to have better chances than they had. This government's giving children the best possible start in life, doubling free childcare for 3- and 4-year-olds. And next year will be more record spending on early years education. The reforms that were originally made by the current Environment Secretary in the face of hostile opposition are now delivering improved standards in our schools. From a record low of 19th in international comparators for reading under the last Labour government, risen to 8th under this one. I know the opposition don't like the figures for children in good and outstanding schools, but the fact remains that under the last Labour government in 2010, 66% of children taught in good or outstanding schools, now risen to 87%. Yes, that's 87% of a bigger number, of course it is. It's even better. And that's despite the well-recorded increase in difficulty in those inspections. For people...
Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I know we are short of time. But would you agree that there are more children in good and outstanding schools because there are more children? And do his figures include the poorest children?
I hesitate to explain basic mathematics, but 87%, an increase from 66% to 87% of a bigger number is even more of an increase. And when people are looking for work, they're now more likely to have a job, with 1,000 new jobs on average for every day since this government came to power in 2010, 4/5 of them full-time. And those jobs are more likely to be paid more thanks to the introduction of the national living wage, increases in the national minimum wage, and at the end of all that, people are allowed to keep more of the money that they work so very hard to earn. Whilst Labour doubles the starting tax rate for the lowest paid workers, it's this government that has taken 5 million low-paid workers out of paying income tax altogether. And for people looking for their first home, house building had absolutely collapsed ahead of 2010 as a result of the recession. But now house building is higher than in 29 out of the last 30 years. This government recognises the aspiration that people have to own their own home. But it also recognises the need for good social and private rented housing as well. So whilst it's the opposition who are dogmatically opposed to letting people buy the houses they live in, this government is supporting first-time buyers, but also lifting the cap on the HRA borrowing to allow for more council-built social housing. And at every stage in life, spending on the NHS will be £20 billion higher at the end of this 5-year period than at the start. That's on top of the 15,000 extra doctors, nearly 13,000 more nurses in our hospitals compared to 2010. Hard-working families deserve better than the paleo-Marxist Citizen Smith Tribute Act that's offered by the opposition front bench. For economic security, greater opportunity, sustainable investment in our public services. These and many other reasons.
Point of order, George House.
If you could help me, is the term pillar considered unparliamentary?
I don't think that word was used. I think the word was paleo. I think the word was paleo, if I understood correctly. That is rather unfair that the point of order came when it did, and the honourable gentleman should certainly have 10 seconds to finish his speech.
Economic security, greater opportunity and sustainable investment in our public services. These and many other reasons are why Dudley South and this House can have confidence in Her Majesty's government this evening.